Ready to play your first game?
I'm excited. Yeah, you could tell the guys are pretty excited to get out there Thursday and compete against somebody else besides ourselves.
What are you expecting from Thursday night?
Um, a- Another chance to compete. I think it's going to be a good test for us to see how we translate what we've been working on and take it out against somebody else and see if we can execute it.
Coach said that he expects you to play quite a bit in this game. Are you excited about that? You'll have an opportunity to really get in a rhythm?
Anytime I get the chance to play ball, yeah, I'd get excited. But however much I play, I got to take advantage of that opportunity. That's for sure.
How much different do you think it'll be than what you experienced in college?
Um, I I don't know if I have the right answer for that one. I think for me, it's gonna go out there and compete and do the best job of executing, our game plan and just competing against them. I think for me, it's not looking at it like I have to handle it any different. I still want to go out there and I still want to lead that offense and lead our team. So I'm not going to handle it much different.
What was your reaction, your thoughts on the Corey Coleman trade?
Um, you know, Obviously caught some people off guard, but at the same time, we've said it I don't know how many times. It's the next man up mentality. So it's one of those things that you got to have somebody to step up. And so right now we're counting on a couple of guys to fill that role and just pick up the pace.
What were your takeaways personally from the scrimmage?
From what?
The scrimmage Friday night?
Um, I think when you get the energy level up, you got to be able to execute. So that's why I'm excited about Thursday as well. It's when you get people hyped up, you actually get some contact in. Can you focus in? Can you do your job when there's distractions around? And so I think we handled the first one pretty well, but it definitely can go a lot better.
Baker, obviously, when we have seen you a couple times against the first team defense, including in that scrimmage and then the next day, you've been with the second team offense.
Mhm.
That puts you in a little bit of a challenging situation, maybe throws a little bit of adversity at you. Is that a good thing for you?
Um, I wouldn't necessarily say that. Who I'm with or what I'm going up against. I think whenever I get a chance to get my reps in, that's a good challenge for me to go up against the defense instead of just learning it out there, seeing what I can translate onto the game field. I think that's a good challenge for me, and whoever I'm with, I still have to do my job, and the most important thing for me is raising their expectations and their level of play as well.
Is it good for you, though, to finally see what it's like to throw the ball and have a Jamie Collins there? Or to throw
Oh,
the ball and
absolutely.
have Joe Schobert there?
Anytime you get better competition level, that's always better for you. You want to get the best out of yourself, and you want to compete against the best. So anytime you see some of those guys, Miles and Kirko and Demarius, I mean, it's a good challenge for me.
Does your internal clock change at all when guys aren't allowed to hit you in practice as opposed to when they are in the games?
Um, yes, I would say so. But right now that's what we're working on is getting the ball out fast to where it's just second nature come game time.
What is the difference?
I think just getting used to sliding around the pocket, and then also whenever you get pressure, those guys, I mean, some big boys that can move. So just being able to get the ball out, not take sacks.
There's a clip going around social media. I don't know if it's part of the Hard Knocks thing, but where Hugh's talking to you to practice and asks what time you get here in the morning, and then talks about maybe having an early. You said Tyrod gets here for an early workout.
Hmm.
Have you changed anything after you had that talk with you?
Yeah, that was the first day. There's certain things that rookies have to stick to the schedule, and then certain things that Tyrod, being at his level, has earned. And so, yeah, I've gotten here a lot earlier than I did that day, but that's just something that I'm learning through this process as well. And so, yeah, I need tips of advice like that from coach or if it's Ty or Drew or anybody that's gone through it, and anything I can learn from them, I'll definitely listen to it.
Has it been a challenge for you to handle mentally the way that this is set up, so that you're with the second team offense consistently, really not having much of a chance? I mean, you've walked out obviously twice, so you're not really getting that opportunity to go out there and basically play this training camp. Have you had to figure out how to wrap your brain around that and deal with that?
No, I think whenever I got to Texas Tech, I wasn't given an opportunity to get out there as well. And then when I got to OU, I was on scout team. So it's how I've always handled it. Whatever opportunity I get to make sure I get better, I need to take advantage of that. And so right now that's doing second team reps, or that's even, translating now doing some card offense, scout team stuff, whatever I can do to learn and keep getting reps, that's the best thing for me.
When you get out there Thursday, how difficult will it be for you, I guess, maybe to kind of keep the emotions down, like just your first game, and not try to do too much maybe the first time you get out there?
Played this game for a long time. I don't get nervous, so I'm going to say that I'm not going to have to worry about that part.
When you're running the scout team, how much information do you have to learn, and how do you go about learning it so quickly?
I think that's a good test. The coaches will say, hey, you can this play, treat it like, and then they'll name a play on our offense. So however we get to do that, that's why I say getting scout team reps is important, because that's another time to rep our offense, relate it somehow to our plays, our schemes, and play it like that. I'm not going to be able to put my mind exactly how Eli Manning's thinking, but if I see a concept, I'm going to run it just like we do.
How's the under center thing coming along for you?
Good. I think I've made a lot of progress with that. Depth-wise and just being comfortable back there, a lot of improvement.
What has stood out about Antonio Callaway, especially now given the fact that he's probably going to get a lot more run with the ones, given the Corey trade?
He's got that explosive play potential. He's got phenomenal speed, and so I think he's a guy that when the lights come on, we're going to be really excited to watch. And he's just got that potential, and once you put all those pieces together of knowing what we want to execute, it's going to be a pretty dangerous duo.
So running the show team give you a lot of an opportunity to feel a rush with Miles Garrett and things like that. How do you think that will help you in the long run?
I think that, going back to talking about playing against good competition, anytime you get to go up against guys like that, it makes it more realistic for when I do get my chance to play, it being very similar. So, the reps against them, need to make sure I take advantage of it.
How about, did you get an opportunity to spend a little bit of time with Tim Couch? I saw you chat for a second with him. Did you guys talk a little bit? And if so, what was maybe a takeaway from that conversation?
That was pretty much the gist of it that you saw. Pretty busy, but he's a guy that's been here, and he just had a couple things to say. Hang in there. Asked me how the learning process was going. Asked how the speed of the game was. Just basic stuff. Didn't get into it too deep.
He was so complimentary of you and basically saying that he totally thinks that you're going to be successful here and all those kind of things. Is that meaningful to you to hear something like that from a guy like him?
That means a lot, but you see guys that people always say have potential, but what am I going to do with that? And so that's what I'm doing right now, is making sure I go to work and handle all that.
Speed of the game is kind of seems like your benchmark for how you're progressing in the offense. I guess how fast do you feel the game is moving now as compared to when you were at Oklahoma, when you were at Oklahoma?
I think it's starting to slow down, but it's going to take a little bit to get to the level I was at Oklahoma. But that's just a part of the growing process. And so, I've said it a couple times. There's been a lot of improvement since I first got here for rookie minicamp. That it's slowed down exponentially, honestly. So I'm excited where it's at right now.
What do you want to show in the time that you get on Thursday?
The improvements I've been working on. Command of the offense, knowing where to go with the ball. You're not seeing the same looks that we've been seeing for months now. So making sure, put the ball in the right spot, taking care of it, priority always, and then just getting it out quickly.
You've talked a lot about learning the playbook and you feel like you have a better grasp for it. Do you get the sense that you know what Todd Haley wants out of certain plays and kind of stringing plays together, how he kind of wants to set up a game?
I think the game thing will be a little bit different since, we're not game planning right now. I think that's something I'll learn along the way. But talking about specific plays, yeah, I know exactly, what he wants to execute on a general basis. But then you start diving into game planning for a defense, there might be little tweaks here and there. So that's part of the growing process right now.
As far as holding onto the ball a little bit, coach has mentioned it just a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
In the red zone or goal line,
Yep.
things like that. So would that be a point of emphasis for you in the game, is just to really try to get it out?
Oh, absolutely. I think that's been a point of emphasis in the past few days for me. When we have points, this game's a little bit different than Big 12 football. When we have points, you got to make sure you take advantage of that and secure those points. And so, yeah, down in the red zone, no sacks, no turnovers, no dumb penalties, which I think all goes in hand with making sure you have control of your offense.
How do you balance that with your confidence and your ability to extend plays?
There's times and chances that you need to take, but then also knowing, the flow of the game. If we're up, we're down, what do we need? And that's just all about, paying attention to the little details.
Jarvis mentioned a play in the scrimmage where you stepped up and let something develop, and I think you could juice downfield for a play. I know you like to throw the ball as compared to running the ball, but was there a point in your growth, whether it's high school or college, where you crossed over to, I want to beat teams with my arm, or was it always that first before running the ball?
I've always trusted my athleticism, but I am not going to beat anybody with speed. So I've never been a guy to, step up in the pocket or move around to run. It's always been to extend the play, give our guys a chance to get open, because when you talk about covering downfield, you can't cover for that long. But the difference now is those guys up front can't hold their blocks as much just because of the talent. So it's kind of a little give and take with extending the play, but it's always been about holding the ball on to throw.
How long did it take you to kind of understand that when you first got into camp that it's definitely different than playing in college like that?
A couple good chewings, and I realized that it's a little bit different.
Chewings
Just a couple more.
Chewings from who?
Coaches, I mean, you see, talk about the stuff in practice. Can't hold on to the ball, no sacks. You got to put your offense in the best position to win.
Are you looking forward to Hard Knocks tonight? Where will you be? Watch it, tape it? What's your view on that?
Didn't even know it was on tonight. I'm in the hotel, so no, I won't tape it, and I'll be in bed by then.